I love that sound. I think the PS2 has to be my favorite console. I just have the best memories playing it as a kid, and it's also my favorite console to collect for. I wanted to make a video showing my small collection of PS2 games, so hopefully in the future I can make another one when I'm satisfied with how many games I own for it and see the massive difference. The first game is Final Fantasy XII. I know a lot of people love to hate this one, but I don't know, it wasn't my favorite game. I didn't hate it either. It was one of those relaxing games for me. I like to just grind out the license board and do all the quests. And then we have Suikoden 4. I think this is the only Suikoden game I have, which it wasn't planned. This just so happened to be the first one I ever bought. Never played any of the Suikoden games before. I've always wanted to, but I think that's a next year project. And now we have the best game ever, YuGiOh Duelist of the Roses. Okay, not the best game ever, but I really fucking love this game. My sisters and I used to fight over playing this all the time because we all loved it, and it was like we couldn't get enough. It's a game I replay every year, multiple times. I even uploaded a Let's Play on one of my other channels like years ago. I know, what a surprise, I used to upload videos. Okay, now we have the best game of all time. I picked up this specific copy on October 10th of 2006. 6 days after my 12th birthday. I was anticipating this game so fucking bad. I had to have it. And then it quickly became my favorite game of all time. And I'm really sad because there's so much wear and tear on the case for this game, and like I don't even know what happened to it. Oof, you can really see it when the light hits it just right. I hate it because I always try to take such good care of my games. Well, on the bright side, at least my second copy looks perfect. And yes, I have a second copy. What do you take me for? A fake fan? I just need the Japanese version now. And here we have my introduction to the Yi series. I've actually never played this one. I recently got my hands on it last year, but ironically enough, I first saw this game on an episode of X-Play, and I was like, I have to have this. I really wanted to get into the series. I just didn't have a way to get any of the games when I was a kid, but luckily they're more accessible to me now. I've played a few already, but I really want to play this one soon. And honestly, the box art has to be one of my favorites on any game. And now we have the best Star Ocean 3. Just kidding. It is my favorite Star Ocean though. I really love this game. I've probably put over 1,000 hours into it. I love it so much, but I also feel like it has a lot of flaws at the same time. So when people tell me they hate it, I can't be too upset with them because I can see why. But whenever somebody tells me it's their favorite Star Ocean 2, it feels really great, like I found my people. Also, I think Fate Line God is like the coolest fucking name ever. Why do people hate it so much? It's my only greatest hits copy too. I need to get a regular version. And here we have my introduction to Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest VIII. I actually never beat this one. I played a little bit of it, but I did watch my sister play through the whole thing, which is why I just stopped playing it altogether because I already saw the ending. But I do want to replay it again one day and actually finish it for myself. I would like to just binge all of the Dragon Quest games in a row. The only ones I've ever beaten are 1, 2, and 11. I'm so excited for those new remakes of 1, 2, and 3. And next we have Zenos Saga. Zenos Saga was actually the first Xeno game I had ever heard about, and it's funny because the Zenos Saga trilogy are the only Xeno games I have not played yet. I used to own Zenos Saga 2, but I gave it away to a friend. Really, the only thing stopping me from playing these games is I really want to have a copy of 2 and 3, so I don't have to wait to play them after I beat 1. I know I could just emulate it, but playing on original hardware for me just feels better. Orphan is our next game, and this one is still sealed, which is why the light is reflecting off of it so badly. I really loved the anime when I was growing up, and I've heard terrible things about this game, but honestly it makes me want to play it even more, just to see what all the disappointment was about. I don't know why I haven't quite played it yet, but hopefully one day soon I can find the time to get around to it. I know, I say that about practically everything. That backlog is just so big. And here we have Shadow Hearts from the New World, which is the third and final Shadow Hearts game. I haven't played any of the Shadow Hearts games yet. I'm trying to play Kudelka first, but that game is so expensive and hard to find. I am really intrigued by the series though, and I'm super excited for Penny Blood to come out as well, which if you haven't heard is a spiritual successor to the Shadow Hearts series, even though I haven't played the Shadow Hearts games, and I don't even know if I'm gonna like Penny Blood, but I'm gonna get it anyway to support the devs. So hopefully Shadow Hearts fans can get more content. The next game is Shining Force Neo, another series I've yet to dive too deep into. I played a little bit of this one the same day I picked it up, and let me tell you, it is a very interesting game. I don't know how I felt about it to be honest, but the voice acting was pretty entertaining, not gonna lie. I feel like it's gonna take me years to get to this title though, because I want to start with Shining in the Darkness, which is like 20 games before this one. I know the Shining games aren't connected like that, or at least most of them to my knowledge, but I just like to start at conception of a series. This next one is a game people love to hate, Tales of Legendia, or Legendia, or Legendia. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This was my third Tales game. The first one I played was Symphonia, and the second was Abyss. So this game had a tough act to follow. I didn't really like it at first. It was just kind of a shock to me. It felt like a totally different series. But honestly, after playing it the second time, I found a new love and appreciation for it. And I kind of feel like it's a little underrated. It definitely needs a remake, but I still have a special place in my heart for it. And now we have my sad copy of Valkyrie Profile 2 that is covered in stickers that I cannot get off without damaging the case. I mean, I guess I could always just get a new case. The only Valkyrie game that I've played is Elysium, but I don't really know if that counts to you guys. I've always wanted to play the Profile games, and yeah, it's just another incident of being too young and not having the money or not seeing them at the stores so I could beg my parents to buy it for me. Honestly, I don't know what's stopping me from playing these games either because I own them all. The first Final Fantasy I ever played is next, Final Fantasy X-2. I actually really love this game. I think the combat is super fun, I love the dress spheres, and I honestly really like the story. And the fact that Yuna is a pop princess, to me this game is just so good. Also, I think trying to get 100% in this game is so fun. I did it once and I really want to do it again. That optional dungeon is no joke. And here we have Wild Arms 4, another game case I need to get the stickers off of. I honestly didn't know too much about Wild Arms until last year. I downloaded the third one on PSN, and I didn't realize it was gonna have such a Western vibe to it. It was really charming though. I didn't play too much of it, but I am very intrigued by the series now. Not sure how much of a Western vibe they're all supposed to have though, or if that was mostly just a 3 thing. I'm also really excited for the spiritual successor Armed Fantasia, which I think is supposed to come out next year. It might get pushed back again though, I don't know. And here we have the only Persona game I like. Okay, I guess I can't say that because I haven't played very many of them. And by many, I mean only 3 and 5. Not to be a contrarian, but the whole vibe of the Persona games just never really pulled me in. Everybody kept telling me to get into Persona, and I watched the trailers for all the games, and 3 was really the only one that stood out to me. I know I've only played 2 Personas, so I can't really judge it. I do need to play the SMT games though, because I feel like that is more my vibe. But hopefully as I keep going on this Persona journey, I enjoy them more. And I know everybody knows Brave Fencer Musashi, but I grew up with Samurai Legend Musashi. And honestly, I thought this game was pretty good, but I had no idea what I was doing at the same time. You're pretty much saving a bunch of princesses. I think they're supposed to be princesses anyway, which I think is pretty close to what you have to do in Brave Fencer Musashi, but like I said earlier, I never played Brave Fencer, so I don't really know. I never made it very far. I think I saved like 2 girls ever. Really gotta get back to it again someday. And I think the art for it is so good. I mean, look at that. Up next, we have Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I haven't played any of the Arc the Lad games, What a surprise, right? I haven't played half the games that I own. And I really don't know anything about them, but I do hear them talked about all the time, and I only hear good things. So hopefully I enjoy them as much as everybody else has said they have. And I'm also kind of glad that I don't know anything about these games. That way I can just go into them as blind as possible. This one's still sealed too, actually. And here is my first experience with Romancing Saga. We never got the OG Romancing Saga for the Super Famicom, but eventually we did get a remake for the PS2, which is this version right here. And there's also a remaster that came out for the PS5, PS4, Switch, and Steam, I think in 2022. But then there's also an international remaster coming out next year. I personally really like these games, but I am surprised with how many remasters and remakes we're getting of them. Not complaining though. My poor case is also ripped on the side in 2 places. I don't know how that happened. I'm assuming because I thought this game was weird, because I thought the characters looked really weird and freaked me out. I didn't care too much about taking care of it, but now I'm sad. Next up is Shining Force EXA or EXA. I don't know. This is the first Shining Force game that caught my eye, and there was actually a video on YouTube about the making of this game that I watched over and over and over again because I couldn't actually get this game and play it. But now I own it. It's one of the games that I had been looking for forever, and I actually found it at a local game store for a pretty good price, so I had to get it. Really excited to play it one day. And again, I really love this case. I think it's so beautiful. Then we have Atelier Iris 2. Surprise, surprise, I haven't played this game either, but it is what introduced me to the Atelier series. From what I understand, the Iris trilogy on PS2 is a little different from the Atelier games that most people know. There's like 100 games in the Atelier series now though, so I don't know when I'm gonna get around to it because I want to start with Atelier Mhi, which just got remade. I own quite a few of the games too, so once I get Mhi, I may as well just start the series. And last but not least, we have Grandia 3. The only Grandia game I've ever played is Grandia 1, which I think is so good, but I never actually beat it. I do really need to get around to playing these games though, because I've heard great things about 2 as well, and 3 just looks like it would be my type of game. I don't know, do you guys think I should start the Grandia series on stream next year? If you do, let me know. If it's of high interest, I probably will, because I really want to get into these games soon too. Alright, this last little bit is just gonna be my random Japanese games that I have. I'm just gonna run through these real quick. Tales of Fandom Volume 2, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Destiny 2, Dragon Quest 8, and Ark the Lad. So that's my collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. My other collections are pretty small, but if you still want to see my collections for other consoles or a specific series that you know I love, like Tales or Star Ocean, Trails, just let me know and I'll make a video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you around for the next one.